Okay then. First thing I'm going to do is hand out some handouts share some handouts so that you can review them. These are previous clues you've found that lead to Kenya, and may give you some leads when you get there. So, sharing these, you can read and discuss in a minute. The most important are the last two, the Nairobi Notes of Jackson Elias and Emerson Imports, which I'll remind you about when we get to it. Okay, so you've moved on from Australia. Along the way, you lost Professor David Dodge, and you also lost Rodrigo. But you did obtain vital information that may prove absolutely required for the stopping the plans of the various cults of Nyarlathotep. You found the dates of the ritual that will be used to open the Great Gates, and the locations at which those rituals can be stopped and the plans scuppered. And so you are on your way to the Black Continent, the Dark Continent of Africa, aboard a steamship owned by the Baffrys Line, en route to Mombasa, in the hope that you can stop the terrible events taking place and find the Mountain of the Black Wind. George, yes, you can. I'll talk you through that in a minute. I just want to give you a few minutes just to read through the handouts. The first ones were the newspaper cuttings that you found on Elias in New York, discussing the Carlisle expedition and what happened to them in Kenya. Basically, they'd been on the dig in Cairo for a while, and then took a trip to Kenya, initially claiming it was due to they wanted a rest and were going on safari. But unfortunately the expedition met with a messy end at the hands of Nandi tribesmen, and they were all slaughtered. Or at least you thought they were all slaughtered at the time. Of course, you've since learned that many of the primaries at least survived, including Jack Brady and Dr. Robert Houston. The Nairobi Notes of Jackson Elias detail his time and what he was researching whilst in Nairobi. And the final handout, Emerson Imports, was a lead you found to an importing house in New York. They were the sole importer for a Mr. Arjar Singh of Mombasa, and he was importing African artifacts for sale at Juju House in New York, if you remember Juju House. Yep. I'm sure you all do.
Locked doors.
Yes. So have a read of those, and whilst you're doing that, we'll look at training some skills up on the voyage.
They've not come through for me.
Have they not? None of them?
No, just blank sheets.
Let's try again. Has that come through?
No.
There's nothing which realises when the handout was generated in the campaign.
I can give you the handout numbers, Mark, if you can view them. If you go to Maps and Images,
maps
on the right hand side,
yeah,
and on the bottom tab, Player Handouts, it's a blue tab.
Player maps are shown.
Player Handouts, you got that?
No, there's no on images and maps. There's just a list of images and maps.
Oh, okay. Have you got some called Nyarlathotep papers?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Nyarlathotep papers 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. If you want to open those up. And also 21 and 15.
These are just coming up blank as well. They've got a locked symbol next to them.
Really?
Yeah, they've all got locked symbols next to them.
I had the lock symbol, but I was able to
open
it by clicking on where it says like Nyarlathotep.
You were able to unlock them how, Dave?
I was just clicked on where it said Nyarlathotep. I just brought it up.
Just like that.
Yep.
Have a look at
Maybe-
Nyarlathotep
maybe
paper
it's
6.
Yeah, I get the summoning thing, and then the summoning thing disappears, and I just get a blank sheet.
Yeah, you keep disappearing from it. Did you update Fantasy Grounds, mate? Might just be worth.
Yeah, I tried.
Okay.
What's up, Bruce?
Carry on anyway. I'll
Okay.
listen to you guys.
Are they on the
I'll try
corkboard?
to sort it.
Well, it doesn't matter too much because, of course, Jacob Slater is a new character, and I wouldn't know this information anyway.
Okay, the only time I'll worry about it is if there's maps.
GM wings it.
Yeah, as usual.
You don't need to know that stuff.
Okay, so right, you take a ship on the Baffrys line en route to Mombasa from Sydney, travelling via Singapore. Unfortunately, just outside Singapore, there's a problem with the engine, and you get laid over for a few days in Singapore itself before you're able to proceed, which sets you back somewhat. You then travel on to Bombay, and then finally reach port in Mombasa. Along the way, you can train some skills up or learn a new skill. What do you want to do? Let's talk to George first, seeing as it was his idea.
I'd like to
Goody two-twos.
practice with my gun shooting.
Yeah, .38.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do some target practice up on deck, sure. So you can... Hold on 1 second. (1d4 - 1). There you go. An extra point.
Beautiful, mate. I'll pop it.
Sebastian, would you like to do anything on board?
I would like to learn. You're loud, kid. Special bed, so it's holidays, so she's staying up an extra half hour every night. Cheeky.
Lucky Ruthie.
I like to talk to the ship's doctor actually, and work on my
Work on medicine or something like that.
first aid or medicine. Yeah, which one do you use to actually heal people? First aid, is it?
First aid is to bind wounds and heal people immediately, but to get them properly, well, you need medicine, or to diagnose illnesses and diseases and things like that.
But can you use medicine to heal then, or is it just
You can,
literally
but you have
knowledge?
to. You can, but you need to have them in a hospital bed to do it. You can improve their rate of healing.
Well, that's not going to happen often, so first aid it is then.
Okay, 1d4 - 1.
2.
2. Okay, and what about Hubert?
It's got to be.
I'd like to learn how to kick people.
I'd like to learn a bit more about archaeology.
Okay, make a look roll. See if there's some books in the ship's library.
No.
No, try something else.
Bluish fire vampire. Oh dear.
Me? Shut up.
Maybe I will.
Staying away from him.
What? Oh, Fantasy Grounds is messing up again. Is it?
Oh my god.
I really need to try and figure this bug out.
I'll try and pick some locks.
Okay, yeah, you can practice that on try and pick the lock to your cabin. Let's hope you don't break it. 1d4 - 1 then. So
1.
an extra point in picklock.
I have 2. Lockpick skill.
Right.
Doubles your chances, mate.
Exactly.
It's good.
Highest return.
Do you need more time
Good.
to review the clues in Kenya? Have you read through them?
I think
Do you
we're
want
going
to
to go
discuss a plan of what you're going to try when you get there?
Discuss the plan.
Basically, that guy Singh. I'm looking at the corkboard, and it says U.S. agent for Mombasa is Ajar Singh. So we know the Juju house was like rough stuff. So he is number one culprit, I think.
Okay.
Unless anybody else has any stronger views. Nobody else has read the corkboard? Anybody?
No, have you got the link to it?
I can't contribute, mate. I'm not there.
Got a link in Skype.
Yep.
Yeah.
I shall. There we go.
My character doesn't
You
know.
can type
this.
it into Fancy Grounds and it turns into a link there as well.
Does it? Oh,
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I don't seem to be
in Skype.
There we go.
Okay.
It's handy.
Yes. You might
Okay.
have some sort of useful input now.
So after the delay due to the stopover in Singapore, which gave you a little more time to recover, you eventually land in Mombasa. It's
Sorry, Neil. Before we actually land in Mombasa from
Yeah.
Singapore,
Mhm.
can I try and contact ahead to the British Embassy in Kenya, and using my hopeful credit rating, try and arrange for somebody in the local Kenyan sort of post office or that sort of thing to have
Okay.
found an address for me for that guy, the Ajar Singh.
Okay, well, yeah, there isn't an embassy as such in Kenya, because Kenya is currently Kenya colony and ostensibly still ruled by the British.
Sounds like we need a diplomat to do this.
Oh,
Yeah. If only you had a diplomat in the
If
group.
only you had some civil servants.
So, yeah, I mean, it is a British colonial area at the moment.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
suggest it's George.
What did you want to find out again? Sorry, I was reading.
Ajar Singh is the guy who was supplying Juju House, and he's the sort of a tangible contact that we've got, because we know he's alive and doing stuff. So if your diplomatic contacts got an address and stuff sorted out for us before we landed, it will just save a day's fagging around when we do arrive.
Yeah, if you want to make a credit rating roll, George, see if you know anyone at the colonial headquarters, which would speed things up. Okay, you don't know anyone at colonial headquarters in Mombasa, but you can contact them anyway. And if Jim makes a look roll, seeing as it was his idea. No,
This is not-
unfortunately, they don't have an address.
It's going to be one of those nights.
I told you used all the good rolls up, Dave.
David.
Okay, so yes, the ship does eventually dock into Mombasa. It's an Arabic city, complete with the famous narrow and redolent alleys, elaborately decorated balconies, mosques, minarets, muezzins and veils that you would anticipate. It's a famous merchant city, former slave trading centre, and it's an ancient city as well, only a few centuries newer than Cairo. About 30,000 people live there on the edge of the Indian Ocean, combining bits and slabs of Arabic, African, Indian, Portuguese and British ways of life. Pre-colonial traders built Mombasa on a coral island just offshore for the purposes of defence, and a railway causeway and foot traffic ferries now connect the island and the main continent of Africa.
Cool.
So, despite arriving on the 2nd of November 1925, it is sweltering hot at 10 a.m. in the morning. You arrive in the harbour at Kilindini Harbour, and it's a hive of activity. And as the ship docks, there's already a huge crowd waiting, various porters shouting for trade.
Cool. What do they speak over here? Is it like Arabic?
In Mombasa, as I said, you can hear people shouting in Indian, Portuguese, British, Arabic, and some kind of African dialect. You can make a no roll if you want.
I'm not that interested, but I was just wanting to, with my 115% knowledge, I'll try that. Oh, there you go.
Okay, then, yeah, so it's a...
150.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Should have given you a penalty to that, shouldn't I? Yeah, so obviously it's a British colonial area, so there's a lot of the colonials speak English. There's also a very large Arabic population in Kenya, mainly Hindi. The native blacks population the largest block speak Bantu. There's so many different languages and so many different tribes in East Africa, but Swahili is a Bantu structured trading language which will probably get you through most situations.
If you speak it.
Yeah. But there's other languages include Kikoyo, Nandi, Maasai, and several others.
Should we get a guide?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, why don't we get a porter to take us to a decent hotel, because we don't get food poisoning, and get working out from there.
Don't eat the salad.
Exactly. Unless George has any connections that he can put us up in somewhere else.
Well, I haven't actually been here before, so unless we need to request some help specifically from a...
There's a photo of a typical Mombasa street from the 1920s.
Well, that's come through. That came through.
Okay, good.
Excellent. I don't really... Maybe, are there any other white passengers disembarking?
Yeah, there's a few, yeah.
Are there any richly attired looking people? Maybe you could sidle up to and ask.
Yeah, most of the European appearing people seem quite richly attired.
And I shall go up to one of them, some gentleman or other. Excuse me, sir. You wouldn't happen to know the name of a good hotel, would you, around here?
Well, you could try the let's have a look. Hotel Cecil. It's not far from the docks.
Thank you, my good man. Thank you.
Okay, how's that for being prepared, eh?
Yeah, so I was thinking.
Take it all back.
Let's have a look. You can try the Hotel Cecil. Bloody hell.
You got directions, did you say?
Yes, it's not far from the docks, in one of the most popular gathering spots for colonial parties.
Party animals.
Let's go. And what's our ruse for being here? Are we on holiday or safari? Safari.
Yeah.
Safari. Then we can go to the same places that the Carlisle expedition wanted to go to. We can use that as an excuse for asking where they went.
Oh my goodness, what's going on?
She's got a balloon. She had a balloon.
That's terrifying.
Sorry.
I'm going to have to use that sound effect at some point.
Yeah. Hubert, maybe we can tie it in with you doing an archaeological investigation or something. We're going to be sites, can't we?
Well, I was thinking, because I sort of, hunt animals, just exotic animals. We can, if we ask where the Carlisle expedition left from, we can claim that we're trying to redo their visit as a sort of, reason why we're asking questions about them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to the hotel.
Yeah.
So we'll get one of these porter dudes by the docks to try and take us there.
Porter.
You darky over here.
Okay, yes, the porter runs up with a little trolley.
Little?
A little trolley. Sorry, not a little trolley, a little trolley.
He's nicked it, he's come there with his shopping trolley.
Alright, there we go. You're a quid for this, mate.
Little trolley.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. So we'll, can you take us to the hotel, Eric? Cecil.
The Hotel Cecil, please.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He, right away, sir. And he loads your luggage onto the back of the trolley and starts running off through
Cool.
some narrow alleyways up into the centre, towards the centre of the island city.
Run after him.
Keith. I'll nick it. Don't give it to me, I'll nick it. I will, I'll nick it. It was a fast show, wasn't it?
Okay, follow the.
Fleet-footed porter. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he leads you to the hotel.
Pay him an honest crown.
Okay.
Or dollar, or whatever, actually. Cool, and going to hotel, just check in. Just a couple of ordinary blokes checking into a hotel together.
Whistling.
Hold on, guys. Sorry.
Grab a bite to eat in the restaurant.
Yeah. Double and a
See who's
single.
about. See who's around.
Right. Okay. Sorry about that.
Good.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
It's there's fans whirring away as you enter the cool interior of the hotel.
So,
There's
go to
an
the check-in
Indian
desk.
gentleman behind the desk.
Excellent. So we'd like a series of adjoining rooms, please.
Certainly, sir. How many rooms?
All of them.
We would like, how many are they? 1, 2, 3 of us, plus 1 for our luggage, so that's 4. But they all have to be connecting. And there's no funny business going on, it's just what we were looking for.
You want a separate room for your luggage, sir? Is that correct?
There's only 3
That's
of us.
right. Yeah, there is, but we'd like a 4th room, just in case.
Simply.
Okay, let me see what's available, sir. Make a look roll, please.
Extravagant.
They have 2 extra rooms.
Okay, yeah, we have those rooms available, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll take them for a month, thank you.
For a month.
Oh yes, we're going on safari, don't you know? We need somewhere to leave our luggage while we're out of town.
Certainly, sir. Just give me a moment, please. He goes over and rings a bell on the counter, and a moment later, a rather large European-looking gentleman with a big handlebar moustache comes out.
Ah,
Guys, I'm sorry about this. I just got to go AFK.
it's the talk of the handlebar moustache.
That's what I thought. An odd
Always
thing to say, isn't it?
Always gets.
Sorry,
Yep, got the rooms for a month, but sorry, I'm AFK. Sorry, what?
You get the room, but there's nobody in the hotel but you.
Mombasa.
That's a hotel.
So, what's the plan, guys? What are we going to do?
So I think check in, get somewhere where we can make a safe house.
Is there anyone here that we can speak to about the Carlisle expedition, or...?
Well, I think what we do is we make it known that we're wanting to go on safari, get him to put us in touch with somebody who can organise a safari, and then ask who actually took the Carlisle expedition out, and then try and work it back from there. But I think find that Indian guy, the Arjawar guy, we should do before that, because the safari is only going to leave you out of Mombasa.
Yeah.
Because you end up going to track down in the desert, aren't you? Whereas I think what we want to do is just nail that sort of dodgy importer.
That's really loud, kid.
Once upon a time.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so we're done.
Right, okay. Yeah, so this gentleman comes out. Gentlemen, Charles Jordan, your proprietor. Very pleased to have you all here. I understand you want to take 4 rooms for a month, is that correct?
That's right, we'd like to be based in Mombasa for a period of time while we arrange a safari, and we'll be travelling to and from the hotel during that period.
You'll get... Okay. Fine, yes. That would be I don't mean to suggest anything untoward, gentlemen, but that will be £240, which, as I'm sure you understand, is a great deal of money. And
Cash.
Yeah.
whilst I wouldn't suggest that such worthies as yourselves would not be able to pay that, a small down payment would be appreciated.
That's fine. Can I use a credit rating? But surely you'd have heard of me.
Use a credit.
With a card.
In this far-flung place on the
What are you
planet,
gonna?
Well, I'm going to say, of course, we can pay that now, but I'm
Has it
good
got
for the money
Bluetooth?
because I've got 84 credit rating and rolled a 74. That's all you need to know.
It's not.
No, it is because I'm a well-known author, and I've just had my book published, which you may or may have not heard of.
Oh,
If you have a copy.
I can't say I've heard of the book, but if you're a published author and a hunter, yes, of course. But
I'm with him.
I still have to insist we have to take half the payment now, sir. We have had people in the past, though of course, I'm not suggesting that you are such people, run out on us. So
That's fine. How much cash have I got on hand? £500 sterling, so I can pay him 240, leaving me with 260.
well, thank you, sir. Thank you. If there is anything you want, sir, anything at all, please don't hesitate. I am Mr. Charles Jordan. I'd be happy to arrange service for your every need.
Well, thank you very much. Perhaps maybe in an hour's time, one of your local guides would be available just to ask a few questions of, so we can get a feel for the place.
Of course, sir. What sort of a guide for the city, you mean?
Yes, just somebody who knows his way around, speaks the lingo, that sort of thing.
Yes, of course.
Perfect. And we'll just have a quick break, disappear off to,
Okay.
spend a
All right.
penny.
So the porter takes your luggage up to the rooms, which are quite nice, and there's a balcony that has a nice view out over the city.
I'm going to secure my room, so I want to push whatever sort of
Here we go.
Yeah.
The paranoia.
push the dresser or whatever it is, or wardrobe, against the balcony windows. So it's difficult to get in unless they make an absolute racket and really force it.
Okay.
And as I leave, I'm going to put all my stuff in the cupboard and lock it. Apart from, I'm going to carry the weapons with me. So I'm going to take a very large sort of if I don't have one, but I'll go and get one. If I don't, take a large bag to put like the gun in. And,
Okay.
There's a big lightning gun carting around with us.
Well, I haven't got one of those, so
I'd try to bring it along with me, hoping that no one would ask or
Okay.
recognise it.
By the time you're unpacked and you've locked everything away, it's about midday.
cool. Okay, it's probably a bit hot to go cruising around the city, but let's speak with this guide to see if we can get him to go out and find where this AJ is. Then he can come back and tell us, and we'll just follow him later on.
Okay. There's a knock on the door.
Was it Emerson Imports? Would they have a warehouse here, do you think?
We all in the same room together.
Emerson Imports were the importer for an Arja Singh.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, knock on the door. Open the door.
Hello, sir. I understand you're a guide.
Yes, thank you very much. And what's your name, young man?
My name is Thakur. Thakur Jandu. He's an Indian
Or Chandu? Are you?
gentleman. Yes.
Which part of India are you from, Thakur?
I am from.
Bye.
No, give me a second. I will tell you. I am from Rudraprayag.
Know it well.
There you are. And using my occult knowledge, that's not an area that the thuggies come from, is it?
You
I
can
would know.
make an occult roll.
Yeah, which I do.
It doesn't have any particular connection with the Thuggies. It's quite a remote area in the Uttarakhand municipality in the
But
far north of India.
It's not an area that rings any sort of occult worries.
No,
Good.
nothing springs to mind.
Well, you're good in my book then. I'll take it. Oh. So, what we'd like to do is today, as a first task for you.
Would you like me to take you for some food? It is lunchtime. We could. I know several excellent restaurants.
That would be very nice. What should we wear?
Gentlemen such as yourselves will be welcome anywhere, and what you're wearing now would be, of course, be fine. I wouldn't like to insult you by offering an opinion.
So you think a clown suit would be appropriate for lunch?
I'm sure whatever Sir thinks would be appropriate.
You packed a clown suit, Hubert. Taxi for one.
Cool. Job done. I shall.
What would Sir like to eat? Perhaps a local dish, or I know an excellent English restaurant, or a very good Indian restaurant.
No, English. Setting us up.
Certainly, follow me.
Yes. Well,
Okay, he takes you back down the hill towards the coast slightly, heading
The
back
next 2
towards
weeks.
the dock,
Evening.
and leads you to a very luxurious restaurant in the Castle Hotel. You notice a sign as you walk in saying "whites only." I will wait out here for you, sir. If you need anything, please come and fetch me.
yeah, thank you very much.
Very well.
So let's sit down, order some lunch, and plan what we're going to do.
So we need to find this Mr. Singh.
Yeah.
Any further plans other than?
These
So
occultists have got flawless paperwork, really, haven't they?
I think we go down to the docks, find out which sort of shipping company ships to New York. There can't be that many from Mombasa. And then just ask to see if any of them have been delivering stuff on behalf of Mr. Singh. And then try and get a contact for him that way, unless somebody else has any other ideas. Yep. Silence.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, you have a fabulous meal of foie gras, followed by a beautiful steak, topped off with several English pudding delicacies.
Cool.
It's now early afternoon.
So, let's do that then. Let's go outside. Get the boy.
Okay. Sitting in the shade is Mr. Jandu.
Mr. Jandu, would like to go to the dock area, and do you know which are the different exporters shipped to different locations?
I do not, sir, but I know the area where most of the exporters are, down on Kalindi Harbour.
That would be
Kalindi.
fantastic.
Take us there.
Okay, yep, he takes you down to the harbour, and there's a series of warehouses along the front of the harbour.
Okay, so do any of them have English signs?
Yeah, most of the signs outside are English. Some of them are also written in Hindi.
And do any of the signs say sort of, export to, where they go to?
Yeah, make a look roll.
Yeah. We all make a luck roll. Or...
01.
Yeah, almost the first building you go to, an ordinary looking building, but relatively large warehouse, has a small plaque next to the door that says Arjar Singh Exporter, Objet d'Art, and underneath it is some Hindi writing.
Magic, we found our man. So, this chap that's with us, Guy, I suggest we ask him to come and pick us up in maybe an hour's time.
Certainly,
And
sir,
give a
I will be here.
And maybe from that bar just down the road, and I'll point if we've been past a bar or a coffee house.
I will wait outside the bar, sir.
Okay, we'll meet you there in about an hour's time. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right, so I suggest one of us go in, maybe Dave with your diplomatic, or George rather with your diplomatic stuff, just to make general inquiries of Singh and reference, and maybe actually maybe George and Sebastian, because Sebastian's the only one who is alive at Juju House. The rest of us are all new characters since then. And I'll keep a watch outside to see if anybody, starts rushing into the building or rushing out of the building when you start making those sorts of inquiries.
Okay, so who's going in?
Very clever, James. I like it.
That's what I was thinking.
What a miss.
So just go in and ask Mr. Singh, and if he's there, then just start talking bollocks about Carlisle and artifacts and stuff.
Well, no, because Singh was exporting to Juju House, but he's just an import-exporter.
He was exporting to Emerson Imports. He wasn't exporting directly to...
Oh, okay.
Or maybe he
But
was.
it's unlikely to be him who's the culprit. He's probably just a middleman, so we just need to, the old story of trying to trace back where he's been getting those stuff from to post out here. Or he might be the bad guy, but it seems to be too easy to
I think
track down.
you know what you're talking about. I just end up completely fluffing it.
Okay,
Your baby, you run with it.
so who's going inside?
Well, I'll go inside. I need somebody to watch the house while we're inside.
Okay. Alright, so you enter the warehouse, and the door leads into a small office, which is empty. It's quite stuffy in there, not much light coming in. There's a bell on a wooden counter.
Can I hear anybody creeping around in the building before I ring the bell?
You can make a listen roll.
I'm really interested if there's anybody who's sounds like they're creeping or hiding, not somebody sounds like they're just working normally in the background.
Okay.
No.
No.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'll ring the bell.
Okay, you ring the bell, and after a few minutes there's a bang, and then the door opens, and another Indian man walks in. Hello, sir, how can I help you?
Ah, Mr. Singh.
No, sorry, 1,000 apologies, sir. Mr. Singh is in India at the moment. I am his humble factotum. How may I help?
Oh, well, never mind. I hope you might be able to help us. I'm trying to track down a package that was sent to Emerson Imports from Mr. Singh, which we received in New York a few months ago. I'm sure you know the package that was sent there. Do you have a
Right.
record of it?
Do you have a shipping number?
I don't. I mean, that's part of the problem. The package never arrived.
Do you know when it was sent?
Ooh, and I will guesstimate when things had been going on in
Okay, go on then.
New York. Okay, so let's see.
Guesstimate
So-
away.
Yeah, no. Give me a moment. Just trying to look. So that's August 8th. Kensington. Last from Jones, Kensington. Last published in Nairobi. Elias. November 74. Okay, January 1924. Sometime around November 1924.
So about a year ago.
About
Just
then,
once,
yes.
1 minute, please, sir. He goes back into office and then comes out with a big, thick ledger, and he starts flicking through it.
With a
Well,
big
sir,
gun.
I'm afraid that we ship quite a few items to New York.
No, no
unless
more.
you can be more specific, I don't know that I can really help.
Oh, well, it would have been going to Juju House.
The only shipments are marked for care of Emerson Imports. For a
Yes, that's right.
For Mr.
You're
Silas Naquani, care of Emerson Imports.
That would be right.
Yeah. As I
Yeah.
said, in November last year there were 6 separate shipments.
I I'll have to go back to the very source. Can you give me the address of the person who is actually shipping them out to us? And I'll try and contact him directly while I'm over here in Mombasa.
Let me just check. Yes, sir, that would be Mr. Tandor Singh of Nairobi.
Oh, excellent. And if you've got any contact details for him, I will call in and see him later on this month.
There's nothing in the ledger. I can check our records, but it just says Mr. Tandor Singh of Nairobi here.
Okay, well, if you've got anything in the records, that'd be fantastic.
1 second, sr. Give me a minute, please.
While he's looking through the other records...
He takes the ledger and then takes it back out through the door. Yeah.
Can I... okay, because I'm going to lean over his shoulder and look at... Well, could I have leaned over his shoulder anyway?
Well, the ledger would have been upside down to you because he had it on the desk in front of him. He was on the other side of the counter.
All I was looking to do was see whether there was any more information than he was suggesting.
Okay. Well, it's too late now. Okay, he comes back out and and he says, "Yes, sir. I can tell you, Mr. Tandor Singh has a shop on Biashara Street in Nairobi."
Biashara Street in Nairobi.
What's the name of the shop?
I don't know, sir.
Singh's Emporium.
Singh Biashara Street, Nairobi. And I'll look him in the eye and say, is that really correct? And try and see if he's lying to me.
Okay, make a psychology roll. Yes, of course it is, sir. I would not lie to you. Why would I?
Good man.
You just really strange.
Why would I? Apart from the fact you're a very bizarre gentleman asking me very bizarre questions.
He seemed, as far as you could tell, he seemed genuinely happy to assist you.
Good. Excellent. Okay, in that case... just as I'm about to leave, I'll say, you don't happen to know what was in the packages, do you?
Sorry, sir, they were just listed as objet d'art.
And you don't have any packages currently waiting to go out to... from Tandor Singh, do you?
Not at the moment, sir, no.
Do you know if he's still in business? When was the last package that you received from him? I don't want to travel all the way to Nairobi only to find that he's gone bust.
I'm sorry, sir. Perhaps if you wait until Mr. Singh returns, he should be back in the next 3 to 6 weeks.
Get to Nairobi and back myself in 3 to 6 weeks. I was just trying to save the visit. That's fine. Okay, I think that's done. Good. Okay, well that's me. I shall leave.
That was more successful than your usual encounters. No one died for a start.
Now we go in properly.
It's a good job Harry wasn't there.
That was where he is. He's kept his fingers off.
Okay, so I'll come back out. I will relay the information to the others.
Okay. You didn't see anyone else enter or leave the building while Hubert was in there. Hubert, not Herbert.
So, we've got Tandor Singh at Nairobi, which is a good lead, but for Nairobi, not for here. So I think
related?
Who? Tandor Singh and Sing Sing.
Anything.
Sing Sing. It's a good question. I don't know.
It's a common name, I guess, isn't it? So.
Do you think it might be fictitious, being called Tandor and living on Biashara?
Tandoori Singh.
I suspect it might be. So we need something a bit more forceful. And also the fact that Doofus is in India, I don't believe for a second. I think Doofus is out in the desert digging up some bad stuff. So
we're gonna hole up and kidnap this guy and...
I think the shop,
No,
the guy in the shop probably doesn't really know anything else, but I don't think he gave us any much stuff. We can check it out if we go to Nairobi, but I don't think it's worth going to Nairobi expressly for that right now. I think we need to just tidy up a few of the other things in Mombasa.
Yeah, could be a red herring. So.
Okay, so by the time you head to the bar and meet Mr. Jandu, it's about 4 in the afternoon.
Cool. Okay, that was my little idea. Who's up next?
How may I be of service now, gentlemen?
George, Sebastian?
No, it's bedtime now. Sorry, I'm just getting Ruth off.
Okay, mate. George?
George?
Nope. Hang on, just having a drink.
Are you still there, Jacob? Everybody's
I'm
gone.
still there.
Oh, okay.
I'm still
So it's just George has disappeared. Okay, so Mr. Jandu wants to know what you want to do next. How he can be of more assistance to you.
Yeah, no, I just want somebody else to do something. Realise it's slightly monopolised.
Yeah, I must admit, I have no idea what's going on. Well, we've got to get to the mountain and stop the ritual.
Well, you've got a lot of leads for Kenya,
Got loads.
which I passed to you.
Yeah.
And you know you have to get to the Mountain of the Black Wind by early January or mid-January.
So, the other thing we talked about doing was trying to see if we could find somebody who might have remembered taking the Carlisle expedition out and tracking that down. So I don't know if somebody wants to run with that as a sort of investigation line. Anyone? Matt? Dave?
I'm so sorry I'm not there, James.
Yeah, Mark can't help.
I would be helping.
Not in character, anyway.
Right, I'll do it.
You guys are going to be at all.
Okay, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So I'll I'll go back to get the chap to take us back to the hotel.
Yep, okay. Do you need anything else, gentlemen?
What would be quite good is if you could direct us towards maybe a European bar where we might be able to chance across meeting some sort of.
Well, the hotel itself has a bar.
Oh, fantastic! And what we're really interested in meeting is people who might have been on safari or just being able to go on safari, like ourselves, to get some ideas for where we might want to go, and people who might even take us out there. Would our hotel bar be good for that?
I don't know about the bar, but I'm certain some of the staff might be able to help you. To be honest, sir, most of the safari trips don't head out from Mombasa; they head out from Nairobi. But if you're looking for specific safari companies, there may be someone in the hotel who would have that information. I'm afraid I don't.
Okay, well, we'll ask the guy who works the door, the
receptionist.
No, yes,
the doorman.
there's a special word for it, isn't it? No, the concierge.
Concierge. Okay.
Concierge.
Yes, it's another Indian gentleman. Yep.
Yeah.
Make a look roll.
Sorry, where are we, guys? We're just looking around the area.
You're back at the hotel. Jim's trying to find the name of a safari company.
Ah, right.
Okay.
So,
that's
he says, "One moment, please, sir." And he goes out to talk to another member of staff. They converse for a moment, and he comes back. He says, "Well, the only safari company that we're aware of by name is we know that a Colonel Endicott runs a game lodge not far out of Nairobi."
Endicott. Does that ring any bells in terms of the name? I don't personally recall it. Sebastian, you've read a lot more. Does your memory serve you well on that? Endicott?
Sorry, mate. I was just typing to somebody. Endicott? No, I don't recognise that name. At all. No.
You notice Mr. Jandu is standing nearby, sort of humbly bobbing his head up and down at you.
Is it worth us taking a trip out to see him, Jandu? Is it close?
I could not say, sir. I do not travel outside of Mombasa.
Oh.
But if I can be of any assistance, sir, of course I would be willing to help. He stands there
That's
smiling
fine.
at you.
Yeah, no, probably, maybe if we do that tomorrow morning, and I shall give him £1 for his troubles today.
Okay, thank you, sir. He seems very happy now that you've paid him.
Yes.
If you need me again, sir, please tell Mr. Jordan, and he will arrange to have me sent over.
Well, let's just set that in the diary now, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Excellent, sir. I shall see you in the morning.
Thank you very much. Good. Okay, so I think the plan then is just to cruise around the hotel, talking to Whitey's to see if anybody remembers the Carlisle expedition coming through here a year or so ago, or more than that actually. Let's have a look. When would it have been? A long time before that.
All the references are to Nairobi, right?
Yeah, you don't. You're not actually sure the Carlisle expedition ever got to Mombasa.
Okay. No, I was just trying to see if anybody had come across them en route. But I agree, we've got more leads in Mombasa. Maybe that's where we should just head to.
Nairobi.
The paper number 6 says that they did go to Mombasa.
Little bastards. Alright.
Okay.
Arrived here on holiday.
The party leaves inland tomorrow for Nairobian hunting.
Cool. That's number 6. Let me get that in front of me. 15.
It's a cutting from the New York pillar from 1919 that was found in Jackson Elias's hotel room.
Yeah. Mombasa, leading members of those. Royston, Wilkington. All the dinner at Collingwood House. Parsley leaves in London. So, dinner for them at Collingswood House. Okay, so tomorrow I think we head to go and see Royston and Whittington. But then, just tonight, just try and ask around generally in the bar to see if anybody's remembers the Carlisle expedition coming through.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to drop a name, does it?
Well, we can't really gate crash the guy in the evening.
If we're going to get followed, tapped, might as well start it off early on.
Yep.
See where we are.
Why change the habits of a lifetime?
Throw a little bit of bread on the water.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so basically, as far as I'm concerned, we just cruise the bar tonight, gently dropping a few sort of casual questions.
Okay, yeah, you spend some time in the bar. Unless, is anybody doing anything specific other than just chatting to some of the other hotel guests?
No.
Okay, yeah, no one remembers the Carlisle expedition. Several people there are catching the train up to Nairobi to go on safari.
Okay. So that's good, but I don't think we want to. I was just mulling over whether we want to say that we should join in with them, but I'm thinking maybe not. We'll keep our schedule flexible.
Let me just see if I can find something for you.
Can we keep an eye out to see if anybody's watching us?
Okay, 1 second. I'm going to share. You find a map of the southeast of Kenya, which I'm just about to share with you, give you an idea of some of the geography. Mombasa is at the bottom, and then obviously there's a railway line, the Ugandan railway line running up towards Lake Victoria at the top in Uganda.
Nairobi's in the middle.
Where's that black mountain? Mount Kenya. Mount Kilimanjaro? Lake Rwanda. Where was the Black Mountain thing that the Carlisle expedition was going on relative to all those places?
We don't know where that is. We've got to find out.
You do not know.
Assumed we did.
Right,
okay,
Matt,
so we do definitely.
Can you make a spot hidden?
Spot hidden.
It's going to be Matt. Okay.
Found a guy, a newspaper, and 2 slits cut out of it. No,
Okay.
Okay. So, does anybody in the chit chat remember the Carlisle expedition? Nobody does.
No.
Nobody does. And what's the general word on the street between people who are looking to go on safari? Is it like high time for danger, or is it sort of everybody's thinking it's fairly safe out there at the moment?
Well, most people seem to. Well, Africa is romantically viewed as a dangerous continent by most Europeans. But in fact, most of the explorers used to wander on foot from village to village, and were generally given a warm welcome by most of the tribes. In fact, most of them stayed longer than they'd planned. They had parties thrown in their honour before they wandered off to the next village across the plains.
So it's not.
There's always some warring between some of the individual tribes, and that there is a growing movement within the Kenya colony of black activists who are looking for black representation on the colonial board. But this is just the gossip of the city and the country.
Okay, there's nothing. Yeah, nothing of particular concern. Well, nothing exceptionally concerning. Okay.
Head straight to Nairobi then?
Yeah, well, no, we want to go and see this guy, Royston Whittington.
Oh, missed that bit. Sorry.
Okay, so if you look at Nyarlathotep 6, there was a dinner, held a dinner for them at Collingwood House before they left, so he might know where they're actually going to, because I think by the time we rock up into Nairobi, we need to know sort of a bit more about what was going on with the expedition, as opposed to where they were heading. Well, yeah, because we can't follow somebody if we don't know a bit more about it. So I think
Royston Whittington. Right,
Yep. There's a plan. Cool. Okay.
All right. So you have a few drinks, a few G&Ts, and settle down for the night. Eventually getting to sleep despite the noise from a busy city that doesn't seem to sleep itself. Next morning dawns, you're up early, you have a lovely English breakfast as the sun rises over the Indian Ocean, and sure enough, come 9 o'clock, Mr. Jandu is waiting for you in reception.
Excellent. So we'll get Jandu, and we'll ask Jandu if he knows where Collingswood House is.
Yes, of course I do, sir.
What is it, Jandu? Is it a restaurant?
No, sir, it is the headquarters of the Crown Colony of Kenya.
Sounds good. And have you ever heard of a Mr. Royston, the Under-Secretary there? Do you know where he lives?
Yes, of course, sir. I don't know where he lives, but I know I have heard his name. I know he works there.
Yeah, okay.
Still breathing?
Yes, sir. As far as I'm aware. Would you like me to take you to the place?
That'd be a good idea. Yes, please, thank you.
Okay. All right. He
So
takes
it's in
you off
Mombasa then,
through
is it?
It's in Mombasa, yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay, so we'll head up there, and I think we want to, when we eventually get to see this Royston guy, I think we just want to find what the Carlisle expedition, I think he's probably legit, so we just want to find out what the Carlisle expedition told him, and maybe if we take the tone of going on the expedition ourselves as a sort of, do we say that we're trying to retrace some of the steps for a journalistic article, like a book?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head out once again into Mombasa, down some winding streets, through the ubiquitous markets, past numerous mosques, which reveal the undeniable Arabic nature of the city. Numerous dhows are plying the harbours and fishing, ferrying locals to and from the mainland. You notice that cars are quite rare here in the city due to the winding and narrow streets. But eventually, yes, he takes you to the colonial headquarters at Collingswood House. And he waits at the gate where there are 2 guards.
Well, so is this is like a embassy type? No, it's not. This is the actual Kenyan government, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
okay.
the colonial government. Yeah.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to hand over to George.
Oh, I was hoping to say that. So we're going to talk to Mr. Whittington on the off chance he remembers these people we met 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, basically.
Probably won't get us anywhere.
Okay. So yeah, the guards ask if your business.
I'd like to speak to a Mr. Whittington, if possible, please.
Do you have an appointment?
No, we don't know.
And you are?
My name's Sebastian Cribbins. We're here on some sort of journalistic. We basically want to sort of backtrack over the Carlisle expedition. I'm not sure if you remember it from a few years ago.
No, sir. Sorry. Make a look roll. He picks up a telephone and rings up to the main building.
Shotgun. Ah.
I'm afraid Mr. Whittington is not available today.
Can we make an appointment then, perhaps?
Certainly. He would next be available next Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday today.
Next year.
Then book us in then, if you could.
Certainly. Midday on Tuesday?
Midday's brilliant, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Okay. How are we going to do? We'll stake the place out, break in, kill everybody?
And off we go.
So, yeah, I think we should do this before we head up to Nairobi. And if it means we've just got to kill a few days waiting for him, that's fine.
Okay.
Let's have a look at. Let's have a look at the other handouts. Reuters Nairobi. Reuters Nairobi. So, is there anything that we can usually do in the time while we wait for him? Let's have a think.
Where did we get our hands on the Kenya map from? Did we just pick up a map, did we?
No, there was. It was in the hotel the previous night.
It would be a very good idea to have a detailed map of Kenya and Nairobi and northwest Nairobi. And
I sent you a map through of Kenya.
yeah.
Yeah, if you want a map of Nairobi, then well, I don't know where you're going to get one.
You will have to wait till we get there. Yeah. Here we got this roughed. Rough one. But just one step. So later. It's good.
Ben,
Helping navigation. Our guide never to be dies.
Do you think it's worth, or is it just being too paranoid, setting a false trail to sort of,
That's an idea.
well, book ourselves tickets going some other direction, tell the guys in the hotel, oh yeah, we're definitely going somewhere different, maybe to Logan's Falls, book ourselves on an expedition to Logan's Falls, but then actually
to Lake Victoria.
and then just head the other direction.
Lugani's Falls, you mean?
I see. Yeah, I can't quite read it online. Cool. Good. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
you're doing anything else during the next couple of days in Mombasa other than resting up, preparing for the journey ahead?
I'm going to try. Is there a sort of English language library?
One second. You ask in the hotel. There's no public library that you're aware of. The only thing is sort of small lending libraries in some of the hotels.
It's just more novels than.
Are there any Sorry, Gary.
I was going to say, all I was going to do is try to see if there's any more clues about how we could work out what the Black Mountain was vis-a-vis other mountains in Kenya. So, for example, is one of the mountains actually, like Kilimanjaro, is covered in snow, so it's not going to be that one. But like, is the other one covered in Abyssian? So yeah, it's a bit more likely. Too unlikely, it sounds like. Doesn't matter, it's not happening.
Okay, well, I'm going to take it that you're not doing anything over the next few days then, and you return to Collingswood House on Tuesday the 12th.
Yeah.
Should have.
Midday.
No, we should have. I'll tell you what we should have done. We should have kept an eye on that export place. If we saw.
Sorry, I was wrong. Tuesday the 6th.
We don't know what that RGF signal looks like, though, do we?
No, they look alike. Oh, it's gone on YouTube, isn't it? Oh god.
Or the fruit, and if we'd have staked it our way.
Could have done, yeah. We could have gone to a local sort of paper printing place and seen if any journalists remember the Carlisle expedition.
Yeah, or the journalist that wrote that article. York Pillar. I'm going to have Ted on my knee, so I'm going to be very quiet for a while.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, you wait until Tuesday the 6th, and you head out there at midday.
Yep. Okay.
Two different guards on duty.
Hi there. We've got an appointment with a Mr. Royston. Oh, what's his second name? Whittington. That's it. Royston Whittington.
Secretary.
Midday today.
Under Secretary Whittington. 1 second. Your name is, sir?
Mr. Cribbins.
Okay, good. Yes, sir. If you'd like to go up to the main house, please. The concierge there will look after you.
There you go. You coming up?
So we do have to insist that you leave any weapons with us before you head up to the main house.
Ah.
They
Okay.
haven't gone out.
Clunk, 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 clunk. Dong.
And your weapons as well, sir? Okay, so I presume you are not trying to hide anything. Are you giving them any weapons you have, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll.
I presume you're not wandering around with your lightning guns slung over your shoulder.
No.
Unless you specifically state. I'm going to assume they're in your hotel room.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you head up to a very large white colonial building, obviously built in the English country style.
Okay.
There's more guards around dressed in the uniform of the King's African Rifles. And you head inside to a cool interior with many fans whirring away. The concierge looks up at you and smiles and says, "If you'd like to take a seat, gentlemen, Under Secretary Whittington will be with you shortly."
Okay.
Okay. You sit down and at least an hour passes. And eventually a door opens. Someone comes out and gestures at you to follow them. A young black person dressed in a white uniform.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, they follow you and they lead you into a large, ornately furnished room. They bow and then leave. The room has various furs and trophies, including a huge, magnificent lion's head on the wall, overhanging a large wooden ebony desk, behind which sits a man dressed in military uniform. Gentlemen, I understand you wish to see me. My time is short. How may I be of service to you?
Well, first of all, I must admire your magnificent specimens mounted on your wall there. Do you hunt, sir?
Of course I do, sir. You're an American, are you? Is this your first time in Africa?
This is, yes. Myself and a few friends of mine are looking to go on safari at some point. Perhaps you could give us some tips later, but we're here on more sort of urgent business, really.
Oh, of course I will. Anything I can do for this colony can do for our ex-colonials, of course I will do my best.
Ah, fantastic. Help myself to his whiskey, like no. Well, basically, we're working on behalf of Women's Weekly. We're a bunch of journalists. We're looking at getting the feminist viewpoint on the Carlisle expedition, if possible.
Might be more convincing if you didn't laugh as he was saying.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Women have such strange notions.
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever heard of this publication.
No, well, we're looking to retrace
what's
their
the
steps.
Feminist viewpoint.
Well, it's pre-feminist, really. Hasn't quite taken off yet, but well, we're basically sort of trying to retrace the steps. If you do you remember the Carlisle expedition at all?
Carlisle expedition? Yes, of course I do. Terrible business.
Oh, 2 secs, guys. I think. Oh, somebody knocking on the door. I think that's our guests.
That's timing. George, you're on your own.
Sorry, guys.
Yes.
All right. Cheers, Matt. Thanks anyway.
Thanks, Matt.
So Aubrey Penhew, Mr. Carlisle, and Dr. Huston.
Yes, of course I remember. Yes, wonderful people. Such a terrible shame what happened to them.
Yeah, no, it was awful, wasn't it? They were on safari themselves, weren't they?
Yes, they were heading up to Nairobi to head inland up to the Great Rift Valley to go on safari.
Yes.
There you go.
Just,
Cheers now.
Cheers,
so,
mate.
Cheers, mate.
As my friend was saying there, we were thinking of going on safari ourselves, and we really wouldn't want to repeat the same misadventures that they had. Was it something to do with Nandi tribesmen or something? Was it whereabouts in the Rift Valley were these Nandi tribesmen? Do you
well, the Nandi tribesmen do tend to lurk around the Aberdare range.
Right. I'm trying to write on a piece of paper here. I need to write notes. Aberdare.
But if you're going to head up that way, it's quite well, let's put it this way: it's quite an uncivilized area. I would take a good support with you.
And where would be the best area to arrange this kind of support? I suppose
Probably Nairobi, I would say.
Have you got any recommendations you could perhaps just to?
I don't, but what I can do is I can forward your details onto Nairobi.
Forward to whom? Sorry, just companies up there. And, do they have
I could send your details up to Captain Montgomery of the African Rifles up there. He might be able to help you.
So much for creating a false lead by now putting leads to exactly where we're going. Well, if you could give us some details of how we could contact him once we're there. I mean, we wouldn't want to put you out.
No, of course. Oh, you do ask some awkward questions, Dave. Give me a second. My eyes aren't what they used to be. Well, yes, if you ask at Government House, I'm sure they can tell you where Captain Montgomery is.
Yes. Sterling idea. Yes, it's such a shame what happened to that Carlisle expedition. Terrible waste of talent and expertise. Well, if that's all you can remember about them, as I say, we're looking into this for my friend's magazine, periodical, journal, call it what you wish. These women have such funny ideas sometimes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, we'll be making our way over there then sometime. Not sure when yet, we've got a few more things to tie up.
Guys, I'm going to have to go AFK for a few minutes, and I think Mark wanted to go AFK at around this time, if he's still there.
I'm sorted, yeah.
Yeah, so should we just take a few minutes break?
Okay.
Is that alright?
Thank
Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, back soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
Two
then.
names. Maybe. General Bendicott. Captain Montgomery.
So, anything else you have to say to
Doris.
the Undersecretary?
No. Thank you for your time. So, Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Royce.
I apologise for the crunching that is about to ensue.
Oh, you're not eating crickets again, are you?
Pringles.
Yes, thank Mr. Whittington for his time and the contacts.
Okay. So you head back out and pick up your various munitions from the guardhouse. Mr. Jandu and Hubert are there waiting for you. Sebastian's not feeling very well and says he's going to go back to the hotel and have a lie down.
He's got the shits.
The heat's getting to him.
He's got the shits.
So I think we make a silent departure from Mombasa at night. See if we book ourselves on a train and do that sort of diversionary thing by booking.
The last train at night or the earliest one in the morning. Probably only one train every 5 days or something anyway. So.
Well, let's go down to the train station. Just
Okay. Mr. Jandu takes you down to the docks, and there you catch a dhow across to the mainland where the train station is. It's about 4 in the afternoon, and you can see that there's one train a day leaving at 9 in the morning.
We should book tickets all the way up to Lake Victoria.
Yeah.
But obviously we'll get off at Nairobi. And anybody who asks, think we've gone all the way to Lake Victoria.
Okay, we'll do that. Good idea.
So when are you booking them for the next day, or?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be £5 each.
Ticket up, I imagine. Stash of money, which I've probably got some.
Who's paying?
Oh wow. I've lost track, I must admit, I've completely lost track of my money.
So £15. Jim, you're the only one with money by the sound of it. So
I am, but I'm not at my desk, so if somebody can just roll my £15 down on my cash in hand, it takes me to £245.
there you go.
Thank you.
Done. Okay. Okay, are you doing anything else for the rest of the day?
What would we need?
We should try and walk around and see if anybody's picked an interest in us and is having his tail inquiring about us.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, make a spot hidden.
Nope.
Yeah. And in the bar in the evening, we should make a big point of talking.
So
Going to Lake.
Sorry, you broke
the
up
bar-
there, mate.
Yeah, it's because Ted's playing the mic. In the evening, we should make a big thing about going to Lake Victoria when we're talking to people.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Ask around. Ask any of the guests if they've ever been to Lake Victoria and how
Okay.
we're planning on going, and ask the hotel if they've got any, know of any other hotels. Or,
You've booked the hotel room for another 3 weeks. Are you going to keep the rooms open for that long?
oh,
Or?
shit. Don't need to set a false trail, mate. We've already got a trail, mind you.
Yeah, I think we will do.
Okay.
We've paid for it, so that's fine.
We could cancel. And then really
Yeah,
just
but it'll look like we're coming back.
yeah. And you did pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay, so you head down the next morning, you have a large breakfast, get some porters to run your gear down to the docks, load it aboard a dhow. Mr. Jandu's there to wave you off, smiling at you as you go. You take the dhow across to the other side of the waterway that runs between the island of Mombasa and the mainland, and get on board the train. On the train, the seating is by class and by colour. So there's a flat car directly behind the locomotive in its tender, and that's for baggage, light freight and poor blacks. The third class car is next. That's mostly left for brown people, Indians and Arabs, and better off blacks. And then the last car, the one furthest from the smoky, smelly engine, is reserved for whites. As you board the car, there is one other person already aboard, waiting for the train to leave.
Actually, I changed my mind. I don't think we're going on the train today.
And that other person? Perhaps you would like to describe his appearance, Mark.
Okay. Weasel-faced and shifty-looking.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. He actually is dressed in an extremely smart suit, is clean-shaven, and is reading a copy of the Financial Times with his legs crossed. His shoes are highly polished. Looks quite well groomed, even though he's a weasel face.
Have you got slightly olive toned skin, or are you? Are you
No,
white and white?
no, white. White.
White.
Good thing it's not Rodrigo.
Oi, you! Wanna come on an adventure?
Is there nobody else on the train?
No, what?
There's a porter on the carriage, but that's all.
What time of day is it?
It's 9 o'clock. The train's just waiting to move off. You've just boarded, had your luggage loaded onto the flat car, and you've boarded the first class salon car.
Got all our luggage.
I'll watch that party of three and just keep an eye on them.
Okay.
They look well to do at all.
Two of them do.
I spotted.
Who's the third?
Ah. Throwing a little discord amongst the party. What are you looking for with your spot hidden, George?
If we've been followed on
Okay.
the train, or if there's anyone on the train who's taking.
As you're sitting on the train, you notice a face in the crowd that's gathered outside on the station, who's staring directly through the window that's behind Hubert. So Hubert's got his back to him. He seems to be paying a lot of attention to you and trying to peer in through the window. And there's something naggingly familiar about the face, as though you've seen it before in the last few days somewhere.
Give him the finger.
Yeah.
It's an Indian gentleman.
I think the Indians are onto us.
It's not
I'm
to do with that
going
cat
to the
statue,
bathroom.
is it?
I'm going to the bathroom, look out the window surreptitiously sideways as if I'm standing up in the toilet having a piss.
Yeah, you can still see him there. He's a tall man. He's wearing a closely tied turban and has a black moustache and a tightly rolled beard.
As the train pulls off, take my gun out, smash the window.
Well, he's standing there in a crowd of quite a few other people.
That might take 5
Open
minutes.
fire into a crowd.
The train stops 5 meters down the road.
Okay, the train's now about 30 minutes late, you notice.
Is there any stuff?
I'll keep looking at my pocket watch.
Yeah, just let me find a suitable token.
Is there any stuff about? Well, you said there was a porter.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a suitable token for somebody.
As I walk past, that Indian chap's watching you from the platform. That's what I did, just like that.
Who'd you say that to?
What?
I'll bend down to pick something up from under the table and then stayed hidden.
Okay, hold on. He's not a giant. Okay, that's the porter. He's behind the bar there. You might have to talk up a little bit, George. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oi, Jacob. Excuse me, there seems to be some problem with the train. It's rather late leaving.
Oh, sorry, sir. I can go and find out.
Yes, please.
Okay, he goes and wanders off down the train and out of the carriage.
Thank you. Let's start the engine.
He comes back. Sorry, sir, there is a slight delay. We're having some trouble loading some of the luggage, but we won't be long. We should be moving off in the next 10 minutes or so.
Not my luggage. Damaged it.
You've gone very quiet, George, or is that just me?
No, it has gone very quiet.
Oh, well.
Okay. Okay. After about 10 minutes, the train does start to move off out of the station. You can still see that gentleman watching you as the train leaves. And the journey heads out of the civilised area of Mombasa and out into the African plains. The journey will take about 15 to 18 hours overall. After climbing out of a narrow coastal belt of open forest and dense brush, you see the wide plains of Africa spread out before you. It's still hot, but less humid. Farms can be found, but exotic animal life is much in evidence. You see herds of elephants, rhinos, giraffes, lions, hyenas, and various herbivores. A huge flock of pink flamingos takes off as the train rushes out of a valley and takes off into the sky. The land is gentle and rolling, broken occasionally by precipitous ravines and canyons. Dry grass spread everywhere, interrupted by thorn and baobab trees. I have some pickies somewhere.
Good.
Oh no, I don't have any pickies, ignore me. Not yet, anyway. The line climbs steadily. Halfway along, a great snow-capped peak can be seen to the west. Rising above the African plains. Mount Kilimanjaro looms high in the sky, even though it's 50 miles distant. As the train winds away to the west or east for a few minutes, glints of more great white mountains may be seen far off to the north.
Impressive.
Oh,
wow. The porter comes over to you after a few hours and asks you all if you care to move into the dining car. You can have something to eat.
Certainly. Which way's that?
Okay, he shows you down. It's to the right on the map. It takes you out into the dining car. You have an excellent meal in there. The three of you seated at one table, Mr. Slater at another.
yes,
The
thank you.
food's excellent. You can smoke in there. There's ashtrays and pitchers of cool, refreshing water and any drinks that you might require. After that, you're brought back into the salon car to continue the journey.
Are we still the only people on board?
Yeah, and the train doesn't stop until it reaches Nairobi.
I'm going to try and listen into what they're talking about.
Okay. Make a listen roll. Or don't.
On.
Yeah, they're talking in quite low voices.
That fellow over there.
Okay. Night starts to fall, the sun setting down behind the great mountain to the west, casting a huge shadow across the plains. And it soon becomes too dark to see the wandering wildlife outside, though the stars light up the night sky above. What time is it now?
I'm going to walk past, give you a nod as I'm walking past. Stretch.
Okay. Can you all make listen rolls, please?
Somebody do it for me.
Yeah. I'll do it for you, Hubert.
No. Yes. No.
Hubert and George. You hear shouting coming from elsewhere on the train.
I'll stand up and lock the door to our carriage.
Nobody's getting out alive.
There's some kind of shouting and screaming going on. As you're trying to make out what's going on, spot hiddens off everyone.
Again, if somebody could roll mine, that would be...
I fail.
Oh, close.
You fail.
Okay, Jacob. You notice that the walls of the carriage directly behind where Sebastian is sitting is beginning to buckle, discolour, and you can even see smoke rising from it. All of a sudden, there's a flash of light, and flame bursts in through a gaping hole directly behind Sebastian.
I shout, watch out. Behind you!
The
Over there!
the behaviour of the big sparks of the fire seems slightly uncanny, as it almost seems to leap directly towards Sebastian.
Explosive decompression, he gets sucked out.
George,
I run
you
to
can
the
take...
bar,
Hold
Neil.
on. George can take the first action.
Oh my god. I'm going to grab, is there what do you call those things that spray soda water? Something like that at the bar.
Soda siphon.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a look
Grab
roll.
That's what I was going to do. Clever man.
Make a look roll. See if there's one there within reach. Yeah, there is one. In fact, the bartender's just been topping up your gin with some tonic water.
Give me that man. Whoosh. Run down that end and try and spray these.
Okay, you can get there, but you're not going to be able to spray it this round. Jacob.
Spider.
That's what I was going to do.
You can make a look roll, see if there's another one there.
Yeah. It'll be a diet soda.
No, but
You're the bluish fire. Oh my god.
obviously George is very experienced at fighting these unnatural things and has reacted quicker and taken the only soda siphon.
Is it by any chance a bluish fire vampire?
There's fire burning around the hole, and you can see the dark shadows of trees rushing past through the hole behind Sebastian's shocked face. There's flames licking around where they've set fire to the carriage, but two of the flames almost seem to coalesce and move unnaturally. Little blue sparks in one of them and little red sparks in the other as they leap forwards.
Nah.
These do not look natural.
Jacob, are you doing anything? The fire is beginning to spread now. Let's draw some pictures of the fire.
You can always try the water closet at the other end of the train.
This is what areas that are on
Is there
fire.
an ice bucket?
Make a look roll at half.
Oh my lord.
No, not that you can see.
Okay. I'm just going to shout to
You
him.
can make an idea roll.
Get out of the way, man.
Okay.
He's no particular hero. He's not going to...
Right then. One of the sparks leaps out at Sebastian.
It is a bluish fire vampire. It's a reddish fire vampire.
Hold on.
AFK 10 sec.
Oh, sorry about this, guys.
No worries. What's up,
Wait.
man?
Jim.
Mm-hmm.
You know the bolt action figures? Not the bolt action ones, but whatever metal ones you stuck on the 2p pieces. Which glue was it? Was it just super glue?
Araldite.
Araldite. Proper glue.
Oh, right.
Proper glue, mate.
Oh dear.
Right.
Okay.
So I
Oh,
rolled
nice.
a 9. Investigator's con. So what's Sebastian's constitution?
It's very high.
He's going to dodge.
Constitution 13.
Mine's terrible. I'm going to grapple one of the fire vampires.
Right. So resistance table. Here we go. So 9 against 13 is 30. Okay, so it's half. So
Basically, Matt's going to come back and he's dead.
5. Yeah, it could be.
Be like, oh, thanks a lot, Neil. Thanks, guys. Thanks for looking after me.
Okay, so first thing is he takes 5 damage.
Shit.
Did our hit points go up? Because mine was still on 8.
Yeah, we did all that, mate.
Damn.
Oops.
Oh, yeah, we did.
5. And he's got to make a constitution check. Someone roll 1d20, you need 13 or less.
That's not good, is it?
That's not good because he's going to pass out.
Both of us.
He was feeling ill anyway.
That's true.
Right, it's
Diarrhea.
current magic points.
This explosive diarrhea puts out the flames.
Explosive stuff.
He literally cramps himself.
Against 12. 10 against 12 is 14. Whoops, what happened then? Okay, it's down to 9. Okay.
9, carry 5.
It's quite complicated, this attack. There's a reason for it. Okay,
Oh god.
so Sebastian screams, passes out, and his right arm is on fire.
Hobo. That doesn't sound good for Sebastian. There we go. Ted's now asleep. Excellent.
Right, okay. Hubert.
Hubert, right, I've just got back to my desk, so let me see where I am in the room. I'm there. There's no table in front of me. Right, I'm going to run into the water closet
Okay.
and try and start writhing at some pipe or something like that, which I could then hopefully bend and
There's
spray into
not
the
really
room.
any pipe. There's a hole that leads out onto the carriage.
Well, if I could. kick the
But there
door
is a
down,
jug of water in there.
I'll grab it.
Okay, yeah.
Modern plumbing it ain't.
Okay. With the intention of obviously throwing it at the fire
You
vampires.
run in there, grab, and then you can run back out to about there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Splash.
The flame suddenly seems to leap onto this table, which bursts into fire, and then leaps at George from the table.
Ooh.
What's that? We need to get out this carriage, disconnect it. I think.
Or at the back of the train, we'll just be left behind on the tracks.
5. What's your constitution, please?
8.
35.
I'm not very physically imposing.
Which end of the is the
I rolled
front
a
of the
5, so
car?
that's 3. So 3 damage as it burns your. It leaps up and burns your waist. Sorry, Jim, I'll see you in a minute. So 3 damage, that takes you down to 5. Okay, you don't need to make a con check. And also, its power is known. Its power is. What's its power?
It's a vampiric effect.
15. What's your power? 15.
Yeah.
15 is 50%. Okay. Lucky. Okay. Okay, you're now burning as well. Your tuxedo is starting to smoulder.
Oh my god.
Sebastian, where's he? Oh, he's passed out.
Oh, we're serious, dude.
Georgie Porgy. Pudding and pie. Right, fire is spreading. George.
I'm gonna back up this way, drenching myself with that siphon.
So you're shooting yourself with the siphon.
Fire.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you managed to put your fire out.
Okay.
Jacob.
I'm just going to shout at the porter, "Waterman, we need water for the fire."
Water porter!
Water porter, be quick about it.
Okay, he reaches under the desk and picks up a huge jug of water.
Grab it off
Just
him.
leaps across here. I need to put him on the.
Throws it on you.
Oh,
This is the standard.
give me a second, lads.
It just drenches you in that jug of water. Panics. Oh, sorry, I don't know what to do.
Let's have a look.
Hubert, you got to grab Sebastian. Get everybody get out of this carriage, and we'll just try and uncouple it.
Which direction? Yeah, but we don't want to be left on the tracks with no train at the front, do we?
Yeah.
Which direction of travel is it?
No. But then
Okay.
to the carriage. See.
Yeah, which way is the train going? Am I at the front or at the back?
You're at the back.
Okay.
With the fire in the way.
Fucking typical.
Okay. So Jacob's put himself out. No, what's Jacob doing? Sorry, you're just shouting at people.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like, put the fire out, man.
Okay.
I'm no hero. I'm not getting involved in dangerous fights.
I tried. See what happened.
Start the floor of the carriage suddenly bursts aflame.
We've lost 2 characters now.
And
Oh my
a
God.
flame leaps up from the floor at Hubert's legs.
Oh, fuck that.
Right in the knackers.
This is...
Dodge it, mate.
Ooh, a
I will
3.
dodge it.
I was lucky. What was your hold on? What was your con?
Oh, very high.
What is it?
Con is 14.
Okay, so 5%. Okay, so you take 2 damage.
No, I'm going to dodge it.
That means you can't take an action next turn.
But can't I? Ah, no, you're right. I'll take the 2. You're right.
God damn it, you got loads of
9, what's your power? 14. 9 against 14. It's 25%. Okay. Okay, the bottom of your trousers are starting to smoulder. Hubert, what are you going to do?
Oh man.
Jacob might be the only one that survives.
Is this the hole behind where Sebastian is?
Yes, as a whole, you can see it's getting bigger as well as the flames are leaping up around it and
Just run
burning
straight
away
through.
the wood of the carriage.
I'm going to tip the jug of water on my head, run through, and just bail out the hole with Sebastian.
Okay, you know you're travelling on a train travelling at probably 40 miles an hour or something. You can do that if you want. Just explaining the scenario to you so that you're in full possession of all the information.
You might take 10 hit points.
Is there a pipe? Okay, it's not alternative number 2. Is there a pipe, like an overhead pipe, going into the water closet?
No.
Something near where I am?
No, there's no water pipes in the closet at all. There was a couple of jugs of water, one of which you picked up, and a sort of seat with a hole in, and the hole went directly over the rails that were whizzing past underneath.
Okay. So I'm going to tip the jug of water over me, which I've got.
Right.
Right, so I'm wet.
Mm-hmm.
And then run and try and pull Sebastian with me when I run past him. No, it's not going to work. Fuck it, we're going out the door. Bang. There we go, job done. We're getting out of here. One way or the other.
Okay.
Environmental damage.
All
Are you
right.
jumping out the window of a moving train?
Well, no,
Yes.
he's not jumping out the window. He's jumping out a burning hole of a moving train. Trying to grab Sebastian and dragging him after him through the burning hole.
Hopefully
Yeah.
you'll do a soft landing.
Right.
I'm looking for a soft landing.
Okay. What's your strength and what's Sebastian's size?
My strength is 13, and Sebastian's size is 2.
Sebastian's size is 12. So 13 is 12 is
I've got this jug of water
55%
tipped
chance of dragging him.
over. So, is that die /100?
Slash die and a space 1d100.
1d1.
Skill, any.
55% chance.
What's that?
Okay, yeah, 19. You managed to get your arms under him. He's on fire still.
Yeah, I'm covered in water, he's on fire, and there's a big hole,
You
we're getting
leap.
out of it. Boom! Can I try some sort of jump roll to help
Yeah,
me
you
avoid
can make
taking some damage?
You can try a jump roll to avoid the
on.
damage from the flames.
Right.
Get in.
Right, tick the jump roll. Okay.
Maybe the last tick.
Okay, both of you are going to take. First of all, let's take Hubert. As you leap out, smash into a tree. Could you see what I rolled then?
Oh,
Yep.
this is ridiculous, guys.
Could you see the result?
Yeah, I'm using a pulp point.
I'm using a pulp point.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Half it. Oh, completely missed the tree.
Where's my
Land on a
pulp
goat.
point? And let's see what Sebastian takes. Okay, he's going to have to use a pulp point as well. Okay, you're not going to get away that easily though, you're still going to take a d6 each. From leaping out of a moving train. As you prepare to jump out, you hear the squeal of the train's brakes as the driver has seen what's going on and slams the brakes on, which means that you guys all jolt forwards a few steps towards the front of the train. So that slows down the train a little bit just as you're jumping out, which helps. And as you jump, you actually leap into the bushes of a baobab tree, which almost catches you. You go smashing through the branches and still take
2 points of damage.
4 damage to Hubert. And Sebastian. Oh, better not roll a 5 or a 6. Okay. Okay, the train races past you in the darkness. You can see it quite clearly from the flames leaping out the back of it as it steams past. The steam and the squealing from its wheels as it as the brakes are applied.
Oh my lord.
Okay, Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. The porter runs forwards and throws water onto the fire.
Come on, Porter.
Cool. Drink, hey.
1d6. 4. Okay, the fire that it throws the water on sputters and dies down before flaring up again. The fire continues to burn.
My God, he's dead. Thing is, if we get off the train, we'd like
Let's move
got
you
nowhere
two
to
out of the way.
run or hide. We need to.
Well, we surely.
The
you
train
just
is starting
wouldn't
to slow down quite drastically now.
Well,
It's
the engine-
trying to hit the porter.
They'll have lots of water in the engine. There'll
They
be
will.
a massive water tank with
Yeah.
a steam train.
Correct.
So it's ahead of the train.
Hits.
I'm backing off to the next carriage, so I'm quite a way away.
6.
He keep moving. Yeah, a little bit more.
Constitution is 14. 6 against 14.
A little bit more.
It's 10%.
A little bit more.
Okay, so he takes 3. And what's his power? 11. It was 9 against 11.
2.
40. Oh, this could have been a lot worse, actually. Okay. Sebastian is just unconscious, lying crumpled on the floor. Right, George, the fire is spreading.
I don't suppose how much liquid's left in this siphon.
There's none left in the siphon. You can make an idea roll.
How about I make an idea roll? And I got no idea.
Pee on it.
I got no idea. Is there an ice bucket behind there?
No, not that you could see. Jacob asked that before.
Oh, right, that. I think that porter's dead, isn't he? Let's just leg it.
Okay, where are you running to?
Towards the front of the train. Right, fine. Yes,
Okay.
get loads of water.
You can run to there if you want, or
Yeah.
somewhere else if you want.
And knock that funny looking chap out the way to the floor. Whoosh, bangs his head on the table. He's unconscious.
Okay. Jacob.
I'm making my way to the next carriage.
Okay, so you're following George.
Yeah.
Shh, we won't tell anybody, okay?
Okay.
Just keep moving, man.
We'll never speak of this again. It's a scream.
The fire seems to chase you down the corridor, the carriage, leaping forwards in bounds from the floor to the sides, to the bar, to the floor, to the seat, as it chases you.
To me, to you, to me.
Gee. Yeah, if we'd gone back for the porter.
Hubert, you can do something as the train
I'll do
disappears off into the distance.
I'll look and try to do some first aid on Sebastian.
Okay, yeah.
Just cry silently.
You put his flames out with your tears. Okay, the porter's screaming now. The porter's going to turn round and start to run. And leaps through the flames.
Don't leave me.
Ouch! Setting on fire as he does. What's his constitution? 14. Somebody roll 1d20.
Boom. They're gonna fuck you up.
Okay. You thought I was unprepared, didn't you, for this? You may be right.
Funny.
Hold on.
Funny, haha.
It's a funny man.
There we go. That's what I wanted.
Okay. You cross over into the dining car. Which I shall share with you now.
Oh, no, hang on. I've not finished with this. Sorry. I am going to cross over, but...
Okay.
Stop off for a pint to eat.
As you do so, there are, if I can find them.
Doom, 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 doom,
Which one has he got?
Don't you kiss away.
There's a couple of porters in here.
Red Fraggle and the Doozers.
Tidying away the
Down
dinner from earlier. Okay, right, so where are we? The red 5 vampire. Where's he gone? There he is. He's chasing
I
after
don't need him.
the porter, leaving fire in its wake as it bounces down the carriage. In the distance, Hubert, you can see the entire rear of the carriage is now engulfed in flame, lighting up the African plains as it goes.
Hey, you can't first aid yourself, can you?
No.
In that case, I'll just make a crutch out of a tree or something.
Just pull a tree up.
Sebastian, yes, we don't need to bother with you. George!
I am going to continue running, shouting, "Fire! Fire! There's a fire
Okay.
in the saloon."
You notice there are large pitchers of water on the tables in this.
Why are there any
Right.
pictures of
Run
them?
up to the porters, quick, man! Get all the water you can. There's a fire. It's broken out on the other carriage. One of you chaps is trying to fight it.
Jacob, where are you? What are you doing? Where have you gone?
I'm here, right at the front of the carriage. I'm going to try and disconnect the carriage from this one.
I can't see you on the map. Why can't I see you?
Just right on the edge of that. Hello.
Right on the edge. Or to the left.
Oh, okay, got you. So you're going to try and disconnect it?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay, yeah, make a mechanical repair, please.
Come on. No!
Okay, the pins are chained in place.
Shit.
I saw that one coming.
I'm going to start. Have I got time to just at least start running even further?
Not this round.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's not going to go good on YouTube.
Oh no.
Cut that out.
Oh dear.
Hubert, okay, you're fashioning a crutch out of something
Yeah.
and trying to lift up.
Well, a sledge to basically drag Doofus along with. So I'll be
Okay.
there for some time, I imagine.
I think you will. The train is continuing to slow down quite drastically now. The porter is screaming and then passes out on the floor.
Damn it. Got to get off the train.
The rear carriage is now fully engulfed in flame as the fire spreads.
He made a mess of that now. Look at all that. Who's doing that right?
George,
Did these? I came in and shouted fire at those other porters. Did they
Yeah.
actually look like they were doing anything?
Hold on, I need to stick
They
them
would have
on
gone
there
when
then.
the other porter went, I guess, if they had got something. Based on
Yeah, I'll tell you in a second. Just give me.
Oh, text.
Yeah, okay. This one runs forwards and grabs a fire bucket off the wall, which is filled with sand, and runs towards this end of the carriageway. This one grabs 2 pitchers of water and starts to run down.
I'm looking around for some more pictures
Yeah.
of water.
There is on these tables here and here.
Alright, I'm try and grab one in either hand and follow that porter.
Okay,
Just push him forwards and then run. No.
Jacob. You can't break the chains which are linking
I'm
the
running.
carriages
I'm
together.
just going to run and push past everybody.
Isn't that Fleetwood Mac?
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you run, you push past, make a dex check.
Oh, you don't knock this water out my hands.
This is for the porter first.
Oh, right.
What's your dex?
16.
Okay, you managed to dodge around that porter without spilling his water. Another dex check. Okay, and you dodge past George, who has pitchers of water in his hand.
Jesus. Well, the porter's wearing like red security uniforms.
No, white uniform.
Okay, it's not like Star Trek.
No. Right, the porter tries to throw. What's the water thing? What's the base throw skill?
25.
25. Water. Water.
But he misses in his panic.
Double your chance
The
to
other
hit
po-
if you're ranging
Oh,
decks
yeah,
in feet.
you're right, aren't you? Yeah, of course. 80 hits.
Well spotted.
Thank you.
Okay, the flames, the blue sparks seem to disappear in the fire, and then they flare back up again. And this porter comes and does the same.
Come on.
Yep, hits. Throws more water at it. And the blue sparks disappear.
Oh.
Though the fire it has left behind still rages.
It's our only chance. Yeah, we can set a chain up if I pass the water to the porter. And then
Water to the porter.
yeah. That way I won't put myself in harm's way. And still feel like I'm doing something.
9 against 14. 25. That's 5. 6. Okay, this first porter starts to burn and scream as the fire races up his legs. He needs to make a con check. Can someone roll a d20? You want 14 or less?
Get in there.
Okay, the deceleration of the train increases now. What's his power? The power is now 8. His power is 11. 8 against 11. 35.
Mark's carries are lasting less than a session. Roll another one.
Less than a session, he's only been in it for 5 minutes. All he's done nothing but shout and run away.
I'm not dying in the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
Get off, man.
I don't blame you.
George, what are you going to do? You have your water. Are you going to be a hero?
No, I'll put the jugs on the floor and run back with some.
You cowards.
I don't know. Well, it depends what. It depends what you're going to do, Mark. We're just going to leg it. I think. But if you stop and grab some more water, because I might get put on fire if I go there. So I just need you to come back with some water.
So you're going to wait?
You need to do anything to survive, Dave. I think.
I'm going to get close.
You're going to give up your go to wait for me.
I'm going to get close and get real like under my decks.
Okay, make a throw.
Lob both of my.
Make a throw roll. You got double your normal chance.
Yep.
1d6. Okay. The water splashes over the red sparks, and they die down and disappear. Though the flames are still growing. Okay, the train stops. Okay, you manage to. The train stops and you race down to the other end of the carriage, dragging the porter with you. I'll shut these maps for now.
Yeah. I got one more jug of water. I'll grab one in each hand.
Okay, yeah.
Chuck on the water. Are you alright, man? Oh my god.
You drag the porter back down and off, and obviously there's people running up the side of the train with buckets of water from the other end. Someone's pulling a hose from the water tender near the locomotive end of the train, and eventually they manage to put the fire out as the alarm spreads. There's about 50 passengers on the train in all, and they all turn out to try and put the fire out, but by the time they're done, the rear carriage and half of the dining salon are absolutely destroyed. It's now the early hours of the morning. The conductor strides up to you. What the hell was going on here? You people, you have to be more careful with your cigars.
I don't smoke.
When we get to Nairobi, I swear we're going to sue you for damages. Do you know how much one of these carriages costs?
You can have a word with the government house there if you want to bring any legal proceedings against me.
Do you know how many days we're going to lose business now? We have to uncouple this carriage.
Do an accounting roll, Dave. I want an answer to that question.
Okay. Well, actually, yes.
It's exactly.
That would have been funny. Right. Damn you. Listen, sir.
Neil, I'll approach the conductor and say, now listen here, man. Stop berating this gentleman. Him and his friends tried to put the fire out. They didn't cause the fire. Something happened. Something went wrong with your train.
Mark, whilst everybody else seems to think that the fire was some terrible accident, and the movement of some of the sparks was uncanny, they obviously thought it was just a terrible accident. You, however, know that what you saw was far from natural. The way the fire moved and seemed to target first Sebastian and then Hubert, and then sort of chased you down the carriage.
Would my knowledge of occult matters be able to shed any light on fire spirits or any kind of...
You can make an occult roll?
I'll try. Yeah, I mean... would have I read about anything?
Do you have any Cthulhu mythos?
No. Thank God.
Okay. Yeah, well, you've heard of things called salamanders, which are commonly referred to as fire elementals. You remember that the German physician and alchemist Philippus Aurelius Theophrastus Bombatus von Hohenheim, also known as Paracelsus, described salamanders as invisible beings of the fire. And the belief in nature spirits is common basically to all cultures. Said that fire spirits are said to have been around since the beginning of time in many different religions and belief systems, and in some were even credited with creating the landscape of reality. Sometimes fire spirits are attached to a specific place, such as a tree, river, plant, or mountain.
Are there any like tales of people being able to command fire at their will?
Yeah, there was a book by a Mr. Manly P. Hall called The Secret Teachings of All Ages, where he said that the medieval investigators of nature spirits were of the opinion that the common form of a salamander was lizard-like in shape, and that it could be controlled by witches, warlocks, and the like. Certain medieval authorities, amongst them Abbé de Villars, tell me to shut up.
Alright,
I've had enough.
I'm reading this off to anybody who will listen. Did you know?
He's reading out a Wikipedia entry.
Nice one, Mark. Thanks. Yeah, that's enough.
So yeah, fire spirits are common in all kinds of occult belief systems.
Good lord.
Now listen here, you don't operate this man anymore. He saved your whole train from going up in flames. And if you put action against him when we get to Nairobi, I shall see that my influential friends have a way with your judge.
And who are you, sir?
Me, I am Mr. Slater, that is all you need to know.
Right. Well, we have the passenger itinerary for first class. I'm afraid when we get to Nairobi, we're going to have to call you into Government House for a meeting. We need to discuss this.
Well, absolutely, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
There seem to be some people missing. We're missing one of the porters and two of the passengers. Do you know what happened to them? In the couple of hours it's taken for this for them to put the fire out and unhook the carriage and try and sort things out. Sebastian, you've managed to drag. Sorry, Hubert, you've managed to drag Sebastian back up to the train, which stopped about a mile away from where you jumped out.
I'm just going to call upon one of the porters, or whoever, porters, to try and give us some first aid.
Okay.
So both buggered.
Okay, the sun is now starting to rise in the east. You're obviously very late arriving in Nairobi.
Can anybody do anything about these burns? I appear to have taken.
Let's get to Nairobi and we'll get you booked into the Highlands Breeze.
Putting this fire out.
Okay. You get back onto the train. The porters make good. They disconnect the carriage, the burnt-out carriage. They're obviously going to have to send an engine back to deal with it. And then the train eventually sets off many hours later. The sun is now starting to rise high into the sky. You're very late. A lot of the other people on the train are eyeing you and tutting at you. And the train sets off to Nairobi. Eventually pulls into the station at Nairobi. I'll give you a map of Nairobi, actually. If I can find it.
Thank you, Mr. Slater, for putting that
Here's
word in.
A photo of Nairobi.
God, it's quite small, isn't it?
It's no problem.
Just from building.
I wouldn't mind a discussion with you chaps later. There was something bizarre about the aspect of the flames.
Okay, here's a map of Nairobi.
Some sort of magician's eye.
Okay, so I'll just talk you through what happens. Nairobi is a new colonial town, only of about 8,000 people, and just beyond it rises Mount Kinangop and the beautiful Aberdare Range, a range of wooded and forested mountains. Mount Kenya soars a little further north and east. The town was founded in 1900 as a railway siding before the mountains, the last spot where locomotives could shunt. It's an elevation of more than 6,000 feet. The region is cool and dry, with the view superb, the water adequate and the soil excellent for farming. As you pull in, you're escorted off the train by various porters and given directions to the Highlands Hotel. Anyone who wants to spend the night being tended to can be escorted to the Highlands Breeze Hospital. Right, I'll show you where the hotel and the hospital are.
Cool.
Yes, I think you're right, Mr. Slater, in noticing those sparks which set from the train. couplings.
Are you chaps magicians?
What?
That's the hotel
You
that I've just
magicians?
circled.
Hi, I'm the great stupendo.
It looked like a magic trick gone wrong.
What do you mean?
And
Magic.
the square
Magic.
is around the Highlands
Square?
Breeze Hospital.
Oh.
Circle's the hotel, square's the hospital. Okay.
What's this big knife thing?
It's just a bit of a knife.
So circles the hotel.
Yeah.
Square's the hospital.
Circle is the
Machete
Highland Hotel.
is-
Okay, I think we'll probably leave it there for now. Unless, Mark, you want to have a discussion with them before we finish
yeah, if you want.
on the rest of the train journey.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, so go to a quieter end of the train.
Yeah.
So, chaps, what happened back there with the fire? That was
Sebastian's still passed out.
some heroic moves by you, Mr.
Kirkham. George Kirkham at your service. Mr. Slater, did you say?
Yes, Jacob Slater.
Ah, I see. What kind of business are you in?
I lean forward to you conspiratorially. Actually, Governor, I'll tell you. Oh God, feels good to drop that. I'll tell you, I'm here. I'm on my way to see a mate. Now I got one of these first class tickets, and I bloody put the accent on. You know, just make me feel like I haven't got a clue about this. And then I see you, rich gentleman, and I think if I can tag along with you, you can be all right and then validate me. I hate these stuck-up folks. If I can stick around with you guys.
Good lord. Are you some kind of imposter?
No, I'm not an imposter, mate. Are you?
Tell you what, mate.
Why would you bring that up? Why would you bring that up? What's wrong with you?
I'll tell you what, mate. I'm glad you dropped your accent.
Strange
I'm
thing.
gonna rate it as well, aren't you?
You've kept it up for
God, there's
the
another
last
one like
12
me round
months.
here. I tell you what, I was hating that.
Why are you turning on Bristol? I'm hating that I was. I
Hating
got
that I
a
did.
tractor now, luckily.
Okay, I think now it's going to be a good time to leave it before we lose it completely.
I think probably a good idea.
Okay, so you've basically
Hotel.
Sebastian and anybody else who wants to is going to go to the Highlands Breeze Hospital.
Yeah.
The rest of you will go to the Highlands Hotel and rest until you are summoned for a meeting at the government house.
Yeah, we need to corroborate our story, Mr. Slater, geezer. Ah, you are an enigma.
And we'll leave it there.
Cool.